Hello, fourth graders. Today we are going to take that poem you made last week, or take those answers that you put on your worksheet last week about your animal, and turn it into a concrete poem. So I'm starting here on Google. I opened the internet, and I'm going to start by searching for a silhouette of my animal. So silhouette is S-I-L-H-O-U-E-T-T-E. Then I'm going to search my animal, which is, for me, a platypus. A silhouette is a black shadow of that animal. I'm going to click image. Now here's the thing, when you choose the silhouette, you might be tempted to pick a really fun, unique one like this, or a really detailed one like this. Those are all actually bad choices for this project because we want something very simple and very easy to recreate. I'm going to pick this guy. So I'm going to right-click him, go to copy image, and then I'm going to go back to the top and I'm going to type drive.google.com. When I'm in my drive, it looks like this. If you don't have a drive, it will take you to a login page. Maybe you can borrow one of your family members' drives, but you'll want to go to New and then Google Slides. Google Slides is usually used for a presentation, but I like using it for poems like this. X out of the themes because you don't need it. Highlight by clicking and dragging a box around both of these two things and then delete them. And then right-click, paste to put your platypus or your animal inside. You'll want to make it bigger, but not too big. I'm going to actually crop it so that I can make it a bit more the size I want. I don't want it to be too big. I think this looks good. All right, I'm excited to start, but I can't draw on top of black. So what I'm going to do is click this button here where it says Format Options. Format Options will bring up this screen with the paintbrush. You're going to click Adjustments, and then there's a Transparency. Transparency means how see-through it is. We want to bring it all the way up to 85. And do you see how my platypus, now that I'm at 85, is gray? I went so fast you didn't even see the number. That's what I want. Click off of it so that the little squares go away, and then click this T for text box. Now hopefully you have your poem in front of you. If not, pause the video and get it. Once you have your poem though and you've clicked that T for text box, you want to draw the text box exactly around your animal. Mine is actually too big. So I'm going to start over. I'm going to edit undo. I'm going to click the text box and make it exactly around my platypus like it's in a little box. If you need to, you can adjust the sides by clicking one of the 9 dots that surround the box. Once you're inside, you know you're ready to type because your cursor is blinking. Now, for a concrete poem, you only want to type inside. I think this size is going to be good. If it's too small, I won't include all of my poem, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to go ahead and click space until I get to touch the animal. Do you see how my cursor is just barely touching him? I'm going to do a couple more spaces so that my cursor is halfway. See how the animal's halfway overlapping? That's going to be a good space. Now I'm going to start typing my poem. The and do you see how now my cursor is less than halfway over the animal? I'm going to click space, even though I was in the middle of the word, until it's halfway again. There we go. Platypus lives in the... Now I'm done. I've run out of platypus, so I'm going to click enter, and then space, 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 until it's halfway. Rivers, far away from me. Now, Mrs. Hendricks personally likes it better to be lowercase, so I fixed it, but you don't have to. It lives in Australia. Oh, I need to enter. Enter, space, 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 until it's halfway. Leah, I'm going to do a little bit more actually because the L is so big. Leah, over many miles of sea. It has a duck's B. Okay, I'm going to do one more letter, bill. And now I can start typing immediately because I've pushed all the way, the animals all the way over here. Duck bill, a beaver, let's fix this out. A beaver's tail and feet like a crocodile. But its fur is brown. Have to do enter, brown. And all its own and always makes me smile. They're babies. And now I can keep going because this is the platypus's tail, isn't it? So I can keep going. Hatch from eggs. Okay, let's see how many egg I can fit. I'm actually going to push that a bit more because I want the whole word eggs to fit. Egg. It's going to be a long tail, I guess. Eggs. There we go. Now now I'm making an artistic choice. If I want to put it right here for like birds, or if I want to push it farther over. I think I'm going to push it farther over for the face. Okay, so it's halfway. Like birds, they play and hunt for worms. And I am going to make another artistic choice. I'm choosing to continue to finish this tail. I'm at the halfway. See how it's halfway? The animal is halfway over my cursor. So I could make a choice, and I'm choosing to continue. But they also want, enter, space, 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 all the way into the leg to hide. Oh, let's keep that too. To hide, space, 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 from me. Space, 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 people make, space, 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 them squirm. Now I did have more to my poem that I wrote, but I really like it ending right there. So I'm going to, first I'm going to fix this L. I don't like it big. I'm going to see how I like it if I want to take the silhouette away. I do. I like it. It still looks like a platypus. So I've checked it. I like it. And I'm going to delete that silhouette. And now it's time for me to finalize my platypus. For this project, we want our animal to be the color. You could pick any color you want. If you want it to lean in towards your animal, you'll want to pick what color they are actually, which is dark orange. And then we want a nice frame around our poem. Now, here's the thing. When you're picking your frame for your poem, I want you to pick a complement to whatever color you picked for your animal, for the text of the animal. You can pick any color for the text of the animal, by the way, but don't pick yellow because no one will see it when it prints. If you want yellow, you might be better off sticking with black or another color like orange. Anyway, let's talk about complementary colors. This is our color wheel. I have one in my classroom that you might be familiar with, and a color wheel is important because it teaches us the relationships between the colors. We made a color wheel in 2nd grade, and we talked about color relationships in 3rd grade with warm and cool colors. In 4th grade, I'm now going to teach you about a color relationship called a complement. A complement are colors that are across from each other on the color wheel. So yellow and violet are complements. Red and green are complements. Blue, this is a better blue, blue and orange are complements. So they're always going to be across. I've got a chart right here too for you to see. And if you have an in-between color, like red-violet, that complement is also going to be an in-between color, like yellow-green. You can pause to take a look and decide what color you're picking for your text and figuring out what color is its complement. Now, my color is brown. Since we used this color picker to choose it, I can just scooch up to see what brown is based on. Brown is related to orange. Brown is orange plus black. So that means I'm going to come over to my color wheel, find my orange. Oh, it's right there. And what is the complement of orange? Blue. So I'm going to make a frame for my painting or my poem in blue. I'm going to click the shape tool. I'm going to click a square, and I can pick any one of these rectangles would make a nice frame. I like rounded rectangle. I'm going to put it around the platypus. Now here's the problem. Something's going to happen that might freak you out. It just covered it up, right? But don't worry, because I know exactly what happened. It filled our platypus. We're going to click the fill button and change it to transparent. Remember how I said transparent means it's see-through? Transparent means that it will go away, and now you just have this outline. So let's click the border color, and we want to put it as that complementary color. The complement to orange is blue, and then I want it to be thicker, so we're going to click border weight, and you can click any of these as long as it's higher than 3. I'm going to click 8. I like that. That looks nice. Okay, now I have my finished poem. So what you should do now is share it with Mrs. Mendesabel or Mrs. Hawking or me by clicking the share button. And you can go ahead and put in your name and then concrete poem. Save it. And then type in the email address of your teacher. So these are my 4th grade teachers. Whichever one is yours, go ahead and send it to them. And if you want, I would love to see it. My email is elena.hendricks@entheosacademy.org. If this video, and then you'll click send. Not actually going to send, but you should. If you are a little confused, feel free to watch again or ask me a question, or you can always simplify it. Remember, the poem doesn't have to be this complicated. You could instead just write words about your animal, just like we saw in Love That Dog. If you want to do that, that's even easier than trying to fit a poem inside. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Good luck and have fun.